I am Mariettu Sidibe and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. And now, here are the main local, international and sports news headlines. President Barrow departs today for Accra for an extraordinary ECOWAS summit on the coup in Burkina Faso and the wave of coups in the region. Earlier in the day, the Scorpions delegation met President Barrow at State House on Wednesday after returning from the AFCON 2021 in Cameroon. In international news, with 4 in 18 months, we look at the rising trend of military power grabs in Africa. And in sports, we hear how the exploits of Gambia's senior football team has inspired those in other sporting disciplines. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. President Barrow departs today for Accra for an extraordinary ECOWAS summit on the coup in Burkina Faso and the wave of coups in the region. We hope to have a full report in the 10 p.m. news. Earlier in the day, the Scorpions delegation met President Barrow at State House on Wednesday after returning from Cameroon in the AFCON 2021. The Gambia reached the quarter-finals before host Cameroon knocked them out. Our sports reporter Mamadou Gajaga was at the State House and this is his report.
At a brief ceremony, President Barrow expressed appreciation for the Scorpions' performance in the AFCON 2021 in Cameroon. He said his government has recognized the team's performance and assured them of his support.
You have made us proud. You are welcome back home. I think everybody is proud of you. Congratulations and thank you very much for whatever you have done for your country. It's a respectable performance. It's a performance that is noted, and we want Gambia to do better than even what we did in Cameroon. But it's very, very possible. It's not impossible. It is possible. It's not the size of the country. It's what we can do that matters.
Despite their heroic achievement at the tournament, some players expressed disappointment with their travel arrangements, which delayed the team's return, which was scheduled for Monday. President Barrow apologized on behalf of his government to the players for the hitches in their return home.
As a captain and your entire players who are with you in Cameroon, we apologize for the delay. We will avoid it next time. But it's a learning process. We can always learn to avoid such things happening. Thank you very much and good luck. Maybe you are going back to your clubs. We wish you all the best. We will continue to monitor you, continue to watch you, and we will continue to support you, as Gambians and as our football team that we are very, very proud of.
The Scorpions captain Pamoudou Diagne says their AFCON journey was a success. He added that they will do their best to qualify Gambia to feature AFCON tournaments consistently.
We set the bar high, so now it's just every year we have to qualify. That's going to be the aim, and we love it there. So we want to be there every year. So we will work hard for it, It's just a matter of keep believing, what we can do in the qualifiers.
Asked about the delay for their return and the frustration it caused, this was his response.
For me, I don't have much to say about that, It's just God willing, because that's what we all wanted, to come back home celebrate with our fans. But this is our wish. We are human beings. But God had another plan, and we have to accept God's plan is the best.
Speaking earlier, Bakary Badji, Sports Minister, and Lamin Kaba Bajo, President of the Gambia Football Federation, all assured the team of their support. Bajo said plans are underway for the Scorpions' preparation for the AFCON 2023 in Ivory Coast, beginning with the preliminary match with Chad next month. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
The Gambia Armed Forces, in the company of the National Assembly member for Foni Kansala Musa Amulnyasi, on Tuesday patrolled the Gambia-Casamas border and engaged village heads of villages affected by the recent skirmish between Senegalese soldiers and the MFDC separatists in Foni. Meanwhile, 3 Gambian citizens, including a village alcalo and a CID officer who were held in Dakar on suspicion of being MFDC members, have been released. Ansumana Esonyasi reports.
Last week's deadly encounter between MFDC separatists and Senegalese soldiers along the Gambia-Casamance border claimed several lives and displaced over 1,000 people. In a bid to restore stability in the area, the leadership of the Gambia Armed Forces sent a delegation to the affected area to reassure villagers of GAF's unflinching resolve to ensure their security and the territorial integrity of the country. The delegation was led by the National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor, Musa Amul Nyasi, Chief of Fonyi Councillor District, Biram Kamara, and the Director of Operations of GAF, Lieutenant Colonel Yoro Ene Jallo. The delegation set out from the 4th Infantry Battalion's base in Kanilai after a short briefing by Lieutenant Colonel Omar B. Bojang, commanding officer of the Quick Reaction Force 1, whose men, along with the delegation, patrolled the villages of Kampante, Kappa, Balen and Funtang. The visit was meant to restore confidence in the residents of the affected villages and assure them that normalcy has been restored. Beginning in Kappa, whose village alcalo Dembo Baji expressed sadness over the incident and thanked the delegation for visiting them at what he described as a very difficult moment. In Balen, where the Senegalese soldiers first encountered the separatists, Etiari Sekuna Bojang, VDC chairman of Balen, narrated how the event unfolded as they ran for their lives and pleaded with authorities to ensure frequent patrols in the area. A similar visit was also made to Funtang, where the village head Alcalo Idrissa Baji also expressed similar remarks. What is clear is that many of the residents here are still in distress. Musa Amul Nyasi, National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor, expressed sadness over the incident and called on the authorities to intervene, especially in providing food and sanitary items to the affected communities, particularly the internally displaced.
To see how they can also come to the intervention of our people, because they deserted their communities. They just woke up within a twinkle of an eye, they started running. So they must have lost a lot of valuable items. So I want to see how they can come on board and give support to these communities in the soonest possible time.
He also disclosed to QTV that 3 Gambian citizens, Modu Bojang, the Alcalo of Karol Village, Abdou Jame, a CID officer, and Fabakary Bojang, have been released. The trio were arrested and taken to the Senegalese capital, Dakar, after they were mistaken for members of the MFDC secessionists. Lieutenant Colonel Omar B. Bojang, commanding officer of the Quick Reaction Force 1, and Lieutenant Colonel Yoro Ene Jallo, Director of Operations, Gambia Armed Forces, both assured the communities of GAF's undisputed commitment to ensure their safety and assure that normalcy has been restored in the area.
The place, as I can confidently tell you, we have been conducting both day and night patrols. The place is safe. The country is free. There is no rebel or separatists in our sovereignty, in our country, and that they have all moved back to their bases. And also, the other thing that I want to tell you is that there are no landmines within our territory.
I want to assure you that the Gambia Armed Forces will continue to defend the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of this great nation at all times and at all costs.
With GAF assuring them of their safety, residents who fled their villages are gradually returning and going about their normal lives. Meanwhile, the chief of Fonyi Councillor District, Biram Bojang, has asked all those who fled to return to their respective villages as calm has been restored. Answane Sonyasi for KTV News.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we will have some more local, international and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
Everything I touch turns into light. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q-Power. I am Q-Cell. I am Sunibus. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
Welcome back. Peace Hub, The Gambia, a peace-building and social cohesion network, is set to embark on reconciliation programs for victims and perpetrators of the Jammeh government following the submission of the TRRC report. Aminata Sise has more.
Peace Hub The Gambia was established in June 2020 and seeks to create an opportunity for women and young people in peace building, promote reconciliation, strengthen civilian security relations, and to support and strengthen the gains of the Gambia's transitional justice, which took place after the 22 years of dictatorship. Bakari Sonko, the co-founder and national program coordinator of Peace Hub The Gambia, says the network will reach out to victims and perpetrators disclosed by the TRRC across all regions.
The most important thing is how do we engage victims to understand that we need to build a country, and how do we ensure that their quest for justice is served. So our mission this year is to ensure that we promote reconciliation and equally the quest for justice for victims, and also create the enabling environment for us to thrive as a nation.
Mr. Sonko also stated that Peace Hub The Gambia will engage victims individually and at community level to ensure collective healing for lasting peace and security.
We've seen the recommendation from the TRRC. We all understand what happened in this country. We were here when the public hearings were happening. We all heard the atrocities that happened in this country. We know that people are hurt. We know that there are victims, and we also know that there are perpetrators.
Mr. Sonko stated further that Peace Hub also aims to promote a peaceful pre- and post-elections and a peaceful environment ahead of the National Assembly elections.
Our focus this year is to build that environment beyond election, is to build the environment ahead of the National Assembly election, and equally build the environment for future.
Fatu Kamara, the admin and finance manager of Peace Hub The Gambia, explains that the network targets women, young people and marginalized groups, and aim to create a safe space for members by providing an opportunity to discuss the underlying causes of conflict.
We've also done forums online and offline with a cross-section of people of this country, where they're given the opportunity to discuss and share ideas around the root causes of violent conflict. Also, social issues that hinder harmony in our society. And all of these is to promote and strategize for a sustainable peace.
Elizabeth Quinta Gomez, the outreach and advocacy coordinator for Peace Hub, says the network has positively affected the lives of many communities in the Gambia, especially the land classes in Kombo Sanyang.
This activity has to do with traditional conflict management, and you can realize in Sanyang there has been a lot of issues, land issues, and we were happy that after we left, they had to sit down amongst themselves and see how best they can work things out.
According to the co-founder and national program coordinator of Peace Hub, rights and dignity of all must be guaranteed and respected to promote peace in communities. Traditionally, many factors such as joking relations and intermarriages are important in holding communities together. These values had made the Gambia one of the champions of peace in the West Africa sub-region. For QTV News, I am Aminata Sise.
The Gambia senior football team made its debut in the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON this year, surprising many by making it to the quarterfinals. In this report by Jaina Basonko, we take a closer look at how this milestone has motivated young Gambians in other sporting disciplines.
The Gambia Scorpions have proven that being underdogs or debutants doesn't determine one's performance in football. They went from being the lowest ranked team amongst all the teams that participated in the championship to making it to the quarterfinals. Apart from this milestone, the Scorpions' performance has also motivated young people in other sporting disciplines to do more in the different championships in which they participate in. Now that the Gambia's name is well known in sports, particularly football, Fode Jawara, a tennis player, Alaji Drame, a karate master, and an aspiring basketball player are motivated to do more.
It can motivate me in such a way that I will see it as a great achievement for our country. And us, the tennis players too, should be motivated in a way that when we also go for international tournament, we should know that we can also achieve something like that. And that could be in a way that if we also have the support, like how the footballers too has the support.
Everything starts from the grassroots, you understand. As far as sport is concerned, even Gambia, they started from somewhere. At this stage, if you see at AFCON, people are impressed about the boys, what they are doing in football. So likewise, we the martial art group, karate especially, we also start from somewhere, but we are also coming up bit by bit, you understand. So what I would like to say is that government also have to do something about sport. As you can see, sport is taking the nation name higher and higher.
Gambia winning the qualifying has set a domino effect for the whole world of sports in the Gambia, and I feel like the youth will be motivated and driven to athletic excellence.
All of our interviewees stressed the need to give more attention and support to other sports for the country to stand out in sports. It is a coincidence that all the sportsmen we engage are part of lesser-known sports in the Gambia. However, the Gambia put in an amazing performance in the 2019 African Games, with Gina Bass winning gold in the 200-meter and our beach volleyball team winning gold as well. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
That's all we have for you in this bulletin. Join us at 10 for another bulletin. Thank you for watching.